I know it's been ages since I last did a video, and I'll explain a little bit about that later on in the video. For the meantime, I want to talk about the new Fishfinder I just purchased. So a major upgrade. I'll show you. I'll tell you a bit about it, but I'll show you. So this is what I had before. Nothing about Reliance, Lawrence are good fish finders, but this is what I had before. And this is what I've got now. So I've moved to a Garmin. So it's a Garmin EcoMap UHD 65 CV, and it comes with a transducer, and it features Navionics. Oh my. Here we go. So this is what I had, and this is what I've got now. So we're going to fit this baby to my tackle pod. So I've got a tackle pod that comes off on my Viking Kayak. So I've got a Viking Reload. It's about 4.5 meters long, and I'm going to fit this to the tackle pod. So I'm going to go through everything. It's not going to be a long video. We're going to skip the drilling parts, and I'm just going to go through how to fit this, the transducer, so we can fit this puppy to my kayak. I can't wait, honestly. I mean, look at this, dude. From this to this, and I really, you know, this Fishfinder, I've had problems with it, and like I say, nothing wrong with Lawrence, but I've just had problems with this particular Fishfinder. You know, when you go kayak fishing, you get a lot of water damage. So anyway, let's put it. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is fit the transducer, which is going to be where our sonar, that's going to identify my kingfish, into the back of the tackle pod. So Viking Kayaks, brilliant, these tackle pods. We're going to fit it to the bag, which is going to be underneath the kayak. Cables are going to go through this hole. You'll see in a minute when we're fitting it. They're going to come through the top. That's going to come through cables from the transducer into the back of the Fishfinder, and we're good to go for the sonar. Next thing is going to be like the cables as well to the battery, but we'll show you that later. This plug is going to go at the bottom of the kayak, so this is underneath the tackle pod. We're going to put it up through, and it's going to have this piece that's going to go on the other side, that's going to connect the two. It's going to sit this in the bottom of the kayak. It's going to connect on the other side with this plate, and then we're going to screw it in place on the bottom, and the cable is going to come back up through there from the transducer. So let's do that. Yeah, so we've got the cable for the transducer. It's going to go in the bottom of the kayak. It's going to go through this hole to the other side. So let's do that. So we're just pulling that one through. Okay, so we just leave a bit of cable there. We need just enough of that though, you know, from the transducer. Now we're going to put this plug, fit it in, and we're going to screw the other side. So this plate in this side at the bottom. See, there, and it's going to connect here. Okay, so now we're going to screw the transducer into position at the bottom of the tackle pod. So screws, I'm just going to now screw into, I've drilled the holes on the bottom, and we're going to go in. Yeah, you shut up. Now, screw this into position. Okay, so now we're going to put this cable into this pocket here. So you can put all the extra cable that comes with the transducer straight in there. So we're going to fold it up. When I'm launching, I want to be able to put the Fishfinder inside the tackle pod. So I'm going to leave about 1 meter of cable, and I'm going to zip tie these up, and then I'm going to be able to put the Fishfinder inside the tackle pod, which is going to make a massive difference. Because you might have a Fishfinder cover, but it still gets water when you launch, or when it's rough. About 1 meter. So it's just going to be enough cable that when I need to, I'm going to put the Fishfinder inside the tackle pod. Sweet. So let's have the zip ties. So I'm going to zip tie them at either end. That's just going to go inside this pocket. It's brilliant. Just extra cable there. See, nice and tidy. We're ready to connect this to the back of the Fishfinder. So the cable's going to go into the back of the Fishfinder. Remember our beautiful Fishfinder. So we put the cap over the top now of the cable that's going to go to the Fishfinder. So I just need to put some screws in there to secure that in place. You can actually buy this kit from Viking. So it actually comes, transducer kit, comes with all these things that you need. So really good. Okay, so this is the new cable for my battery. So my battery is going to be inside the tackle pod. We have connected those with like a seal on the outside that's been heat sealed. So now we need to get this cable through the tackle pod. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this. So this connector allows us to thread the cable through, through this way. Yeah. And so this piece is going to be underneath the tackle pod, inside. It's going to be inside, we're going to drill. And then on the top is going to be this connector. When we tighten this, it closes the nut inside, and it means that this will be like waterproof as much as possible. Then on top of this is going to be the first piece for our stand for the Fishfinder. So let's start drilling. So we're going to use this now to make the hole that much bigger, so we can fit this cable through. I think that's enough. So now we're going to put the cable back through the top of the tackle pod. So first of all, it's going to go through this nut that's going to connect the end, you know, that thing that we tightened to make it watertight. So now we're going to thread it back through. So it comes out here, and now I'm just going to tighten the end. So this is going to be where the battery is going to go. So what's going to happen is this is going to be on the side. So we're going to connect it over the top. So we're going to drill now to connect the first piece to our stand for the Fishfinder. Okay, so we've got the connector for the Fishfinder. So the last thing, oh my goodness, we're so close. So next thing, we're going to secure the braidle. So we've just got a screw here. We're just going to pop this one over the top, and we're going to put this into position. So, oh, this is going to be so brilliant. Okay. See? What I'm going to do to make life easy for myself is I'm just going to zip tie those together. So they're the right length for me to put the Fishfinder into my tackle pod just when I'm launching, or if it's bad weather. So I'm just going to zip tie those into position. Okay, so now we're going to connect to the, I need the glasses for this now. So we're going to go in there first with the power, because they've got to be connected in there correctly, otherwise you're going to break. And then I've got the transducer, and they've got like little connectors in on that side there to make sure that you put it in correctly. So we've got this in. Okay, now we need to put the clip over the top, and that's just going to make sure the wire's all in the right position. Okay, so now we've got the braidle on there, we're just going to connect to the Fishfinder. Oh, it's looking beautiful. Oh my goodness, it's going to be a game changer. So I'm going to pop those on both sides. So I don't want to have them too tight at the moment. We're going to see like how we position. So you're going to be able to. Okay, so moment of truth. We're going to connect. So I always use the lithium batteries, by the way. This one's brilliant. So moment of truth. You can see the Fishfinder. Here we go. Yes! Yeah. So it's got everything. It's got all the maps in there. It's got the Navionics data. So it's going to be like a massive difference for me. I mean, for the last little while, I've not really seen where I've been fishing. to have to rely on other people. But this is just really, it really is like a massive, massive upgrade. So yeah, it's going to take me through a wizard, I'm sure, like, because it's been set up for the first time, and I'll have to, read through all the information, get to know the system. So that's how you fish the Fishfinder to the tackle pod for the Viking Reload, or for these Reload tackle pods. And I hope it was helpful. So hopefully that was a really good video, and hopefully now you know how to attach the Fishfinder to a tackle pod on a reload for the Viking Reload. Now I'm going to have a lot of fun on the water. This is a massive upgrade, it really is. You saw the difference in the Fishfinder between this Garmin and the Lovance. Nothing against the Lovance at all. I mean, they're great fish finders. They've got lots of decent fish finders. But I haven't been with Garmin. My mate had the Garmin, and he also had all the mapping. So now I've got all the map. I'll be able to track my spots. I'll be able to hit the best spots, and I'll have all the maps as well for all the places I need to go. So absolutely brilliant. The reason I haven't been posting is because I've been running a business called Family Kitchen with Mark. So we are also a business, and we launched artisan donuts, which are like sourdough donuts, about a year or so ago, and they've just been going crazy. So we've been doing a lot of markets, consequently getting a lot of business for catering, and I've just been busy all the time. The only times I've had time to fish, like tomorrow, is actually bad conditions again. So I've had 4 or 5 times like that. But I want to get out more, and I will be out more. So I've got a UK holiday coming up. I'm going home for the first time in 8 years, and when I return, I'm not going to open the business until maybe 1st of February, and in January I want to do a decent amount of fishing on my kayak. So I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for your patience. I'll just pop in the old battery, and I always go for this lithium battery, the FPV Power, and I'll just go for a 7 amp, but yes. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, just remember to press the subscribe button, and that means you're not going to miss any future video, and you're going to be